I've got my trusty notes and I need you to get yours because I'm just about to break down your next 2 training sessions with only 4 exercises per session. But before I get into it, remember, hit that follow button. Make sure you have a scroll down my page because the perfect plan won't get you anywhere without true intensity, real technique and consistency. Something I go on about all the time with all my content. So for your first exercise, you want to be picking a hinge and a push movement. So session 1, I'll do an RDL or an SLDL. And then session 2, I would do some form of leg press. You can either go quad bias leg press or glute bias leg press, whichever you prefer. Then you want to pick a thrust movement for both sessions. So personally, I would do a barbell hip thrust in one with heavier load and less reps. And then in the other one, I'd do like a glute drive, a booty builder, or a Smith machine hip thrust. But I would open up the range. So I would go for more like a 12 to 15 range with a slightly lower weight. The reason why I would have a thrust on both is because you're targeting the glutes in the shortened position and you're slightly more limited on variation with your movements. Next up is making sure you've got a unilateral movement in both of your sessions. The key thing with this is class each side as a separate set. Because if you can go from one side to the next with no rest in between, you're really not training hard enough. Think split squats, reverse lunges, B stance RDLs, single leg press. And if it was me and my goal was to build your glutes, I would pick a split squat for one and then a B stance RDL in the other. But if your goal is just overall leg growth, just pick 2 and pop 1 in each. And last up is your isolation movements. But remember, do not back off on that intensity because it is a little bit of an easier movement. Still make sure that you're following through with that intensity on every single exercise. And to be honest, these are less mentally taxing. So if you can't push to intensity on these, you've got no hope for those bigger compound movements. So you want to be thinking about leg extensions, hamstring curls, lying or seated, or even standing. Adductors, abductors, kickbacks. You could do a standard kickback or you could do a glute med kickback. All I would do is pick the movement that targets the muscle that you want to work the most, because honestly, you can't prioritize everything. I hope this helped, and if you want to send over exactly what you've built for yourself, just pop me a message with a screenshot of it and I'll get back to you.